Hello guys, this is Chirudeep once again and you're watching Hibernate tutorial series. In my previous tutorial I have demonstrated to you how how Hibernate actually works in an environment. What's this working properties. Now in this tutorial we're gonna create the configuration file of the Hibernate framework so that the all the JDBC configuration file is handled by the Hibernate framework properly. Now to create the Hibernate framework configuration file, we have to create a new XML file over here in our source. So we have to create a new XML file and make sure you give the name as a hibernate.cfg.xml and you select the source as your source folder. Now here after creating the cfg.xml file, it's a blank XML file, that is no use of it. So we have to make sure it's having a content where we can configure our XML file. So in order to do that, you go to your Hibernate release version folder, and there you can see the project folder, and in the project you can just search uh, hibernate.cfg.xml, and there will be lot of XML files as example over there in your projects folder. Now the select the CFG file which is having almost all the details. Now this this is having all the details, the database connection settings, JDBC connection pool, dialect, disable second level cache and everything. But you can see that the size is 2.37. This is the highest size of this CFG XML. Now all the XML files is not having, let's say an example of this XML file is not having all the details. This is not a good XML file. So this all these properties are being just signified and nothing else. So make sure you choose a proper XML file. This is a proper XML file and you can use it. So I'm gonna select all and I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it here in my document, in my XML document. Now as you can see that I have my configuration file over here, but it is configured for the different database. They are using H2 database. Now according to your database you can configure this XML file. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm gonna give here the property name is connection.driver underscore class. So I have to supply the driver class for my database. So I'm using MySQL database and I'm gonna supply the driver class for that. So in the driver class of MySQL is in this package, I hope. Yeah, it's in this package. So I'm gonna supply the driver class name over here, that is com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. So this is my driver class and I have supplied it to the configuration file of the Hibernate. Now you're gonna need the connection URL over here and in order to connect into your database. So if you are using another database, make sure you give the connection URL over here properly so that your Hibernate gets connected. And I'm using MySQL, so my connection URL is like this, and I'm gonna use it here. This is my connection URL and this is the JDBC MySQL localhost 3306 is the port number, and I'm going to use the database of MySQL as Hibernate. So before running, make sure that your database contains Hibernate. and my username is root, and my connection password is CB3034. Now this is, I have set my database connection settings over here. Now I'm going to the connection pool. Connection pool size is again, you can define it one. What is why you giving the value as one, why not another value or something else? We're gonna see later when we will be covering some project details. We will see why we are using one. So we can leave this as blank. Now again we're gonna have a look at about this property, that HBM to DDL auto property and show SQL properties later in this series. Make sure you configure this file as it is, and you can leave those things as it is, no problem. So this is the JDBC configuration of your Hibernate, and make sure you configure it properly. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.